Last night I was feeling kind of a bit despairing, which is my, place I often go. And I started to just doodle how I was feeling, getting some of my stuff out, because I really do believe it's very important to express exactly how we feel, without holding back. And I ended up doing this. So it says, "Dear emotional you, I know your exquisite intensity. I love your wildness. Your wings were meant to fly. I love your restless hunger. And here I've got wild heart, loving soul." And that really, really speaks to me of who I am. And I doodled my face, my hair, and my butterfly wings, and tears in my face. So yeah, this really fits. And I just wanted to add some colour. So once I had doodled this, I used Bindex, which would seal up the wording and the image, and also because it's just sketching paper, it's not very good paper, so it would give it a little bit more, something substantial to hold anything wet or whatever I put on here. So I've got some stuff around me, might need other stuff, don't know, and I'm just going to play with this to see what happens. So I've got some pastels beside me, and while I was talking I noticed that I kept looking at this plummy purple, which I love. Now I appreciate that pastel isn't going to stay here, and so Bindex or gel medium will kind of seal it up for me, and so that's what I'll probably do if I want to make it more concrete, more definite. I guess you could use Caran d'Ache crayons, you could colour in with pencils, you could use acrylic paint or watercolour. Just do whatever you would like to do. I think for me the most important thing is capturing how I feel, the words, and also her facial expression. She is my emotional self. And I wanted to capture her tears. I wanted to capture her intensity. She has a lot of intensity. She feels incredible feelings of, everything really. Whatever she's feeling, she feels it in her body, in her head. She also feels others as well. She can pick up so easily how others feel and what's happening for them. She's very empathic. I am very empathic, which I guess is a very needed skill given what I do for my job as a therapist. I seem to want to get some sort of colours in here. I've got this beautiful necklace that I haven't been able to wear for a long time, and this is reminding me of it because it has green hearts in it. So I'm not too concerned if the words disappear. I have it on camera. I've written about it in my journal, so I've captured it. But, you know, you might want to make things more definite with your wording. You might not. Put some Bindex on there. So if I could invite you to just create as you feel, so that you're not trying to follow any rules or do things the way you, in inverted commas, should do them. Just play, just be, just let this unfold. Just be as relaxed and real as you can. It's almost like allowing little you to create. You know, that little you that didn't know all those kind of arty rules that you might know, and she would have just used anything she wanted, whether that was her fingers or brushes. She would have just used what felt right in the moment, and probably felt very relaxed and really enjoyed herself. Yeah, I quite like that. I can still see my words actually. Just bringing some of that Bindex down here to her heart area. So I've been away. I've been away in London for a week for my birthday. And you know, it was lovely, just so good to be back. I was going to say back home. It isn't truly my home, feels like home, and I just wanted so much to be in a particular area down there, full of history and well, incredible stories actually from long ago. And we had a superb apartment to stay in. I was just so lucky to be in this place. And the one thing that was missing for me was having my art materials with me. But it just wasn't possible. So when I came back to a painting that I was in the middle of and had missed. I missed my work, I missed my art when I go away. So I couldn't wait to get back to that. And then last night when I felt the way I did, couldn't wait to do a little bit of expression and got on with this. So if you're finding it difficult to get in touch with how you feel, you could, for example, play some music that just really appeals to you in that moment, or just songs that you're listening to on repeat. Do your very best not to judge or hold back or restrict yourself. Just let it flow. I love her golden bronzy hair, and this is just a little metallic gold acrylic paint. I'm just going to add some of that because that will act like a sort of binder as well for the pastel. You might like to just tune inwards and notice how you feel. I feel quite young, which I often do when I'm creating. Like my child is out playing, expressing. You might like to notice the sort of dialogue that you've got going on inside of your head. If anything, you may not have. I often have. Well, that's an understatement. I always have. Oh, it's getting quite low actually. That may be a little bit too much, but that's okay. Yeah, when I was little, I was very enthusiastic, and often, for some reason, don't know why, I would be laughed at for my enthusiastic way. You know, I would like really fully embrace whatever that thing is that we were doing, and yeah, it might be considered a bit too full on for some people, or a bit too much perhaps. But that was just me being me. And what I find interesting is, for all that, you know, I might still be a little bit laughed at for my incredible enthusiasm, people actually also really love it and value it when I'm being very enthusiastic for them. Because, well, when I work with people, I can help them to find their true self and be who they truly are, and allow some of their exciting dreams to come out and, well, be valued and followed through and become reality. So I'm so glad that I didn't just, you know, hide away my enthusiasm, because I think we often can do that. Look at this lovely teal colour. As you can see, I tend to just work straight from the nozzle. Are you aware of your personality and, you know, your traits, what makes you you? And I wonder if you can value these parts of you, or perhaps they've been judged, criticised, shamed, and gone into hiding. Which, well, wow, how sad is that? Perhaps what I'm saying is, well, I wonder if they could be allowed out, especially here with me, because, well, for me, everything's welcome. Nothing is to be denied or ignored or judged or held back. I would love to think that you could allow your true self to flow out and be. These are her butterfly wings. They're quite magical. They help her to zoom off to places wherever she wants to go. I brought a few more paints alongside me, some iridescent watercolours, Nicolazo gold. Don't know if I'll use them or not. Also this watercolour, Permanent Rose. Now, I appreciate we're not supposed to and all of that, but I do. I honestly don't care about rules and sticking to rules or breaking rules. You know, I'm not going to break the law, but I'm talking about the rules of making art. And if I want to add watercolour or pastels alongside acrylics, I will. And that's just who I am and how I am. I really don't want to restrict or restrain myself or anyone that I work with, which is why I just use whatever I want to use, and yeah, just stay free, loose, relaxed, and see what happens. So I'm loving this permanent rose. Gorgeous colour. And I've just added that on top of that violet. Yeah, I want some more gold in her hair. So this is iridescent gold, and it's by Golden. Love Golden products. Oh my goodness. Look at that. Yeah, so I'm just going to add. So just allow, whatever you want to do, just allow yourself to do that thing. As long as you're not going to munch the paint, eat the paint. I don't really believe there's very much harm you can do to anything. And you may well express something that needs to be expressed. By staying loose, staying free and relaxed. Just let it flow. Wow, I love this gold. Just let the layers build up. Let her personality come out. Just really allow her to say who she is, with or without the need for words. I wish we were together, I wish you were here in my studio with me right now, or I was with you, and I would absolutely love to be able to have a look at what you're doing. So this is Nicolazzo Gold, quinacridone. Oh, okay, it's not going to be, aha, it says I'm not opening. Okay, here we go. I'm just taking a tiny little bit. When I was little, my hair was, really long. I could practically sit on it. Just remembering things from when I was little. You might notice that as you paint, that, things pop up into mind and into your mind. Sometimes, things aren't always easy to remember. Oh, love her hair. So my critics about not convinced that this is going to go well. But then what does well mean? Because I'm just painting, just playing, just relaxing and allowing. If you really find yourself getting almost frozen with fear to do anything, just swap over to your non-dominant hand and really get young and playful. Use your fingers, even better. Just use your fingers and just allow everything to happen, rather than give up, walk away, stop, or try to follow the rules of, you know, whatever those rules might be in your head about how skin colour should be, for example, or how we should paint a face, or any of that. Just stay relaxed and loose and light and playful. Just using the Bindex to make these beads more definite. I'm really attracted to the gold. That's a bit of that the permanent rose pink watercolour. I feel like if her eyes were to open, they would just be absolutely full of tears. She's got a lot of tears inside of her right now. Sometimes I really what is it? Button down the hatches, if you like, on my emotions, because I feel them so in such a big way. I feel like they're not acceptable, they're not welcome, and I try and put a lid on everything, and I almost feel like inside my throat or my chest it could explode in there. It's trying so hard to hang on tight to everything. I guess till there's a moment where I feel able to just be me, and often that's when I'm on my own. I wonder if that's what it gets like for you at times. Feel like you're not allowed to cry or express how you feel, or got to hide it all away. You know, this stuff isn't acceptable. What will they think of me if they see me or hear me upset or saying how I feel? And yet, well, we're just expressing ourselves. Same way we would if it was something to laugh about or joke about. Just we've learned not to allow certain things out or be seen. I wonder if it's like that for you, or if it's been like that for you. So this is a brilliant purple Liquid X paint, acrylic. Just want a tiny little bit of it over here. Yeah, it's more lilac-y actually. Love it with that green. I feel like her wings need to be really visible because, well, they weren't visible. Nobody noticed her wings when she was little. Nobody really noticed an awful lot, to be quite honest, about her. She was so busy being who she was meant to be for them that nobody noticed who she really was inside. And she was an adventurer. She was someone who wanted to have adventures and go off and see some of the world. Yeah, I kind of want those words to come back. I'm adding water. Her exquisite intensity. I don't want it to be hidden away. I want it to be noticed and seen and not ignored. Got a damp cloth. Yeah, I love your wildness. I love her wildness. Why would I want to hide that away under paint? I don't. Just soaking up a little bit of the pink. Not all of it, just some of it. Kind of want her cheeks to be pinky and her lips. 358 by Pebeo. Just going to put a little bit. So on her wings I've said, I love your restless hunger. And that speaks of my need to explore, get out there. And I know that I spend a lot of time here. Love being in the studio, love it, and working with people. However, I'm very aware that I'm not fulfilling this other part of me that needs to be off, out and about, doing some things, looking, drinking up what I can see, and well, yeah, noticing others as well. And this little one, my inner child, she has the ability to really see into people and what's missing for them, what they want, what they absolutely long for. And she's got this desperate need to give them that thing. She wants to give them what they want. But what she doesn't do is give herself what she needs. So here's some learning for me. I'm realizing something very important here. That I need to notice me as well as noticing others. I don't want to not notice others, but I definitely need to notice me too. Oh, I'm loving this, all these colours in her beads. I must dig out that necklace and try it on. It's so beautiful. It's just gorgeous. Got it from Scotland a lot of years ago. Okay, so she's now got metallic wings, and she's much more aware of what she needs in the world as well as what others need. So this is a fine line pen, Unipin fine line. She's got very, very long eyelashes. Oh, I love her little face. Oh, so I wonder how this is going for you. I wonder if you're able to just go with the flow and let it happen, not try and control anything, just let out whatever needs to come out. Can't seem to get her cheeks pink enough for me. Making her wild heart and her loving soul much more pinky. You know, if you want to dab with your fingers like I'm doing, just, you know, do anything that, however you feel, go with it. If you can just allow yourself to do whatever you want to do without censoring yourself or getting in your own way. Yeah, if you can get out of your own way, that would be brilliant. Just let it flow. Oh, I love her. She's just gorgeous. And that's little me. So maybe I'm saying I'm gorgeous. Imagine that. Yeah, I'm going to take this back a bit. I definitely want to see these words. Because when I wrote Dear Emotional You, I kind of wrote it initially in a little bit of a Now let me just kind of get hold of that way that I wrote it. It wasn't very nice. I was being a little bit sarcastic, I guess. Like, dear emotional you. You know, that kind of patronising. Can you hear the tone in my voice? But actually I'm kind of saying, well, hang on a minute. It's okay to be emotional. Don't patronise me like that. Yeah. Yeah, my fight's coming back. I do have quite a lot of fight in me, which I'd like to say thank goodness about. Thank goodness I have this. Yeah, dear emotional you. So the words are absolutely correct, but they've just got a little different attitude and tone now. Dear emotional you, I love your wildness. I know your exquisite intensity. I love your restless hunger, your wild heart and your loving soul. Your wings were meant to fly. Love it. So much. How are you getting on with yours? I'd love to see it so much. Love to be with you right now, seeing what you're doing. Do you know, painting makes me feel so happy. I wonder if you've been able to let go of those kind of art rules, if you've got any art rules inside of you. I wonder if you've been able to let go of that and be loose and relaxed and just play, just be, just allow. Look at her luscious locks. Do you know what? I'm proud of her. I think she's amazing. She's a wonderful child. She's got incredible magical powers. She can see into everybody's heart and feel how they feel. And she really cares about everybody. She's very, 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 very full of love. Yeah. Absolutely so full of love. And I'm proud of that in her. I'm going to sprinkle a little bit of glitter, because it wouldn't be the same without it. I'm just going to put a bit of Bindex over here. You might not be able to see that. I've got a little bit of Bindex here beside me. So Bindex is great for collage, and it's a kind of adhesive, a sealant. It's really, well, it's useful for all sorts of things. And it's great for sprinkling glitter. So I can attach the glitter to the Bindex, and the Bindex will just, it'll disappear, it becomes transparent. Yeah, I feel like my inner child has been out playing and had a great time making some art and sharing who she is with you. Thank you so much for witnessing her as she has come into being. And when it's dry, I'll tap the excess off. Got a little bit of gold. So her hair is still quite wet at the moment, so I'll just sprinkle little bits of gold. Oops. Hopefully that will catch here and there, and I'll tap the rest off. I kind of want her to have some glitter on her eyelids. Well, why not indeed? Let's do that. just a little bit. Just a teeny little bit, and I'll pat the rest off when it's dry. Well, I hope you've had fun doing this, and I'd love to see what you've done. Please do send me a photo if you would like to. I will reply. Gonna leave it to dry and see how I feel when I come back. Now that she's nicely dried, I'd like to go over the words more so that I can really see them. So this is a Unipin pen, a 0.8. Okay, so I loved the words, and you know, they kind of got a bit covered up, and I didn't want to lose them completely, and now I really want to bring them back. Dear emotional you. That's how I began this, just with those 3 words, and then everything else happened around it. And the words still really fit very well. They're very true to me, and that's what's important. To be really honest and true to who I am. I am intending to have my own back. There was a time when if somebody said something to me, you know, I could be sent off like a leaf on the wind, down a whole different track, doing all sorts of different things to just fit in with what that remark. And sometimes they could be really fly away, not thought out remarks, and I would go off on a whole different track. And I'm not doing that anymore for anybody. I'm staying true to me. I know your exquisite intensity. I am quite an intense person. I'm pretty full on. Whatever I do, I'm pretty full on. Whether it's one sentence or a whole blog or a painting or a piece of work I'm doing with an individual. I am me, full on, unashamedly me. It's taken a lot of work to get there. It didn't take a lot of work to get me, you know, not to be me. I think through childhood we experience all sorts of things that can very quickly wind us and wound us and take away our true self. We adapt so quickly to fit in and survive, and then we spend the rest of our life trying to get back to who we were born to become. And I did a lot of that through therapy and through art. I love your wildness. I love your restless hunger. Your wings were meant to fly. And I have a wild heart, and this is something very, very true about me, that I am a very loving soul. I am full of love, and I've got lots of love to give. And I do it regularly. There she is. I love her. I hope that you've really enjoyed creating your emotional self, and that you've allowed all of your truth and realness and authenticity to come out and be seen in all its colour. I love these Unipin pens. Do you know, I feel like putting gold glitter in her hair. Well, I cannot leave her alone. I love her too much. I've put some more Bindex out, and I'm just going to add some glitter to her hair because, well, I love her hair. And I'm going to let it sparkle, because you may not know this, but my nickname is Star, and people tell me I'm quite sparkly, like a star, so it's a nice thing to be told, and I accept it. It's not always easy to accept things like that, is it? You know, we're given compliments and we struggle to accept them, we sort of push them away. However, I've been told it a lot of times by a lot of people, so I have accepted it. So I'm just going to sprinkle this lovely glitter, which is gold, pink, green and bronze. Just going to sprinkle it over the Bindex, leave it to dry, and I believe that will be that. She's been very important for me to create. She's helped me to reflect and get to know myself even more than I did before. And I do believe this is what happens when we make therapeutic art the way that I do. It feels so important for me to keep going, keep exploring, keep being me, and keep helping others to be themselves. Sounds like I'm putting loads on because of all the tapping of the lid, but at the end of the day, when I flick off the excess, there isn't really that much there. But there is enough there to say that I'm sparkly. Okay, thank you so much for being here, and I really hope you've enjoyed this. And please do something else with me. I've got lots of free gifts, and I've got lots and lots of other things to choose from on my website, and I am very available. If you want to share your pictures with me, just email me or join my group. Take good care of you. Bye for now.